Once again, here's Rob Welling.
Thank you very much. Welcome back to Hollywood Headliners on this Thursday night, the 10th of October here at the Sunset Gower Studios, right in the middle of Hollywood. I don't know if you've had a chance, if you've been watching any of the sports stuff. The baseball playoffs are on right now, and a lot of stuff going on ESPN. There's a really terrific commercial, and it's for Guinness Stout. And the essence of the commercial is it opens up with a bunch of guys playing wheelchair basketball. And it's a pretty rough and tumble little thing. And at the end of the game, they all get up except for one guy who is obviously disabled, and he's in his wheelchair. And they all head off together. And the last shot is they're all sitting in a bar together, including the guy in the wheelchair. And what really makes it so poignant is that it really is about buddies, and the first time I saw it, and Andy was the one that turned me on to it. I hadn't seen it. He spotted it first and said, "We got to talk about this." The really wonderful thing about it is you see it and you think, "Gee whiz, do I have buddies like that?" Andy, we're trying to see if Doug's.
We're trying to get him back.
Okay, we've got
so Doug is the
Doug Campbell.
Doug Campbell
is with the he's with the ad agency. He's the brand director. So that means he's the guy that's really over all of this. And so we're trying to. I'm going to see if I can play that. Do I have the spot? I don't think I've got the spot, but I've got the. Andy, you spotted this first, and you said, "Hey, you got to check this out."
Well, the typical beer commercial on any sports program, us men are portrayed as either idiotic, sex obsessed,
right,
drunk,
right,
stoned, whatever. And this one, in a minute, told a great story about friendship. And I don't know anybody that hasn't seen it that is it just stops, and they think about it and they talk about it.
Well, I think what and I was involved with National Easter Seals for a long time. I did their telethons every year, which is all about people with disabilities. And one of the big tough things is portraying people with disabilities as, gosh, what a shock, regular folks. And in this spot, the buddy is a regular guy.
Yeah.
But I think what hit me is, you wonder, do I have those kind of friends if I was disabled? Do I have those kind of buddies?
Yeah.
Or do I, would I be that kind of a buddy to somebody who's disabled?
Yeah.
And here's Doug. Hey, Doug, how are you? Hello, Doug. Hey,
there he is.
Sorry about that. I think I may have cut you off earlier. My bad. Doug Campbell, who's the brand director for Guinness Stout, and we just wanted to just highlight this spot for a second. It's really a cool spot. How often? How did this all come about, Doug?
Well, we set out to launch a new campaign about, I'll call it 9 months ago or so, in which we wanted to hero some of the values that the brand Guinness really stands for today and has stood for centuries. The brand's been around for over 250 years.
It's a good stout. I love it. It puts hair on your chest, that's for sure.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
We would tend to agree with you there.
Yeah. But how did the whole thing with the guy with a disability come in? I mean, usually, brands run from disabilities. You guys have embraced it, and not only embraced it, but just made an outstanding commercial.
Well, we had a variety of different storylines that we chose from, because the ad, if you look at it, the ad, while it does feature disabled athletes, and they are real disabled athletes in the spot, it's really about friendship and the things that true friends do for one another that they don't do, during the rest of the course of their lives. And we had various different storylines that we thought brought that to life, but this was sort of the one that we thought did so most powerfully. The goal all along was there's a lot of informative advertising out there, but we were trying to evoke a feeling. And to do that by telling a story in which those values that we hold dear come through, but in a way that makes for a good story too. So,
now the ad has gone viral. Were you guys surprised did you expect that?
I don't think anyone can ever say that they expect that. We're certainly very, honored by it, to be honest. But you always hope to do the best work you can, and if you evoke the emotion that we were trying to evoke, then I suppose there's always a chance. But we're obviously very, very pleased with the way that it's gone so far.
Hey, Doug, Andy Epstein here. I'm curious about the storyline. is it? Did somebody just pull it out of a hat? Did there was somebody new? I'm just curious where the story came from.
Like a lot of the creative process for ads, and DVDO is our agency, and they did a phenomenal job with all of this. They had a variety of storylines that brought to life the character of friendship, of kinship, and of determination and sticking things through with the people that you care about the most. And they had a variety of different storylines to do that. But there's no personal relationship with anybody that inspired this. I think they were just trying to think of what would be a really dramatic way that we could show the lengths to which the good friends will go for each other.
Yeah, it's really great. I love the last shot where they're all sitting. I got it up on the screen now. They're all sitting around and having a good brewski together, a Guinness stout. And it's really terrific. We just wanted to do a shout out to you guys at Guinness for doing a hell of a good spot, and for including people with disabilities, and a great spot on friendship, because Andy was right. Us guys aren't always portrayed as good buds. So, Doug, we just wanted to say thank you on behalf of Hollywood Headliners. Keep up the good work there at Guinness Stout, and thank you for being with us tonight on Hollywood Headliners.
Thank you, guys.
Doug Campbell, brand director at Guinness Stout.